led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our ROTC people and by Mr. Strickland.
Color guard, attention! Carry, colors! Forward, march! Color guard, hold! Left face! Present arms!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Order! Arms! Right face! Forward! March! Color guard! Halt! Order! Color! Color guard dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We're going to have roll call, Ms. Clerk.
Ms. Burton, Mr. DeRay, Ms. Bean, Mr. Howard, Mr. Lamar, Mr. Levenstein, Ms. Mineo,
Here.
Mr. Straight-Iron,
Here.
Mr. Walker.
Here.
Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Mandy Campbell.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam President, community. Tonight, we'll be recognizing two special groups of students. Through no fault of their own, the NFA varsity football team faced adversity at the beginning of the season. They held their heads high, worked hard as a team, and carried our community to the New York State Championships finals this fall. Tonight, I am asking the four team captains, Elijah Beaver, Fabian Roden, Kwame Cueto, and DeAndre Johnson, and their head coach, Billy Bianco, to join me up front to represent the accomplishments of the entire team. This group of young men has shown us what we can achieve when we pull together and work as a team to achieve a tremendous goal. And I'm off script now, which is very dangerous. I can't tell you how extremely proud I am of you and honored to be your superintendent. I did not spend enough time with you in your growth as student athletes, but boy am I so proud to be a part of this great, amazing district with student athletes such as yourselves. year, we asked our students to lead the way in establishing a mantra for our district. Two NFA seniors, Allison Shapiro from Main Campus and Julian Brand from North Campus, both submitted the same mantra without knowing it. With the words upward and together, the students submitted slightly different style ideas, and our team was able to incorporate both of their ideas into the mantra design. Student voice is a critical component to our success as a district. Sorry, let me read that again. Student voice is a critical component to our success as a district. This is the first of many initiatives that will incorporate the thoughts, ideas, and actions of our students. Thank you, Allison and Julian, for submitting such a thoughtful mantra for our district to celebrate this school year. Please join me up front to be recognized. Thank you. Dr. Sklarz is going to hand out the certificates for the rest of the football players. So I thank you. Have a wonderful evening. We're extremely proud of you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Recesses into executive session for the following purpose. Matter made confidential in this purpose. Employment history of particular individuals. Employment history of particular corporations. Matters leading to the employment of particular individuals. Employment history of particular corporations. So like I said already. The review and review of programs and placement of students with disabilities. Collective bargaining under the Taylor Law. And to obtain advice from legal counsel. I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. DeRay?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo? Yes. Mr. Stridiron?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
For those in the audience, this is going to be a long one. We're going to be on for quite a while, so see you in over an hour. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Well, sorry we were so long. We had a lot of business to take care of. We apologize. So we're going to be, this is, we're going to do public comments on agenda items. Right now, nobody has signed up for comments on agenda items. Would anybody in the audience like to speak on agenda items? If not, we will move on to our board committees. Ms. Reed is not here, but I'd like to talk about the curriculum committee. All of the items that we spoke about were on the agenda tonight. But we had a really great presentation by Mr. John Petrie, and those of us who were at the committee really became very knowledgeable about what exciting things there are happening for our students in career and technical education, that's CTE. So, for the public, John Eaton did a really great job, and you can see his love for his program and his teachers by his presentation. So I would like to thank him and thank the curriculum and instruction people. We're going to move on to our assistant. What? I guess we missed somebody. We missed our superintendent of schools, Dr. Van Camp.
Good evening. Thank you so much for waiting. I do have a presentation of the next chapter in NCSD. I promise to make it as brief as possible. However, tonight, the board members do have a more expansive copy of my presentation. We will hope to get it up on tonight or tomorrow morning to make sure that the public has an extended copy as well. So the next chapter in NACSD. So tonight, what I'm going to share is really the highlights. So I have 3 goals, and my goals are aligned to the Board of Education's goals. Goal number 1, the superintendent will conduct an in-depth review of instructional programs and support for diverse populations, family and community engagement opportunities, and the equitable distribution of resources to schools that will culminate in a revised strategic plan for the school district. So one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to ensure that we look across our instructional programs to make sure that it is meeting the needs of all of our students. We're going to move away from the one-size-fits-all and make sure that we are equitably distributing resources to support each and every learner who sits in front of us on a daily basis. This will move towards our strategic plan, and we are going to start writing a strategic plan year by year, because we know that the students in front of us do not remain the same for every 5 years. Goal number 2. The superintendent will design and develop extended day and extended year programs that will address learning gaps as well as providing accelerated learning opportunities. Yes, we do know that COVID did have an impact, but prior to COVID, we know that there was learning loss in our nation, in our urban communities. So we are looking at opportunities to ensure that our students are increasing and improving literacy and numeracy outcomes. I'm happy to announce that tonight, in every one of our school buildings, we do have an extended school day program. Goal number 3. The superintendent will coordinate the review of the district English language arts curriculum to ensure it reflects the cultural, linguistic, and responsive needs of our student population. The superintendent will implement policies and hiring practices that promote an anti-hatred ideology. This is embedded in our curriculum and instructional work. We have to take a real hard look at our resources to ensure that they speak to the diversity and the cultural competence of our students as well as our staff members. We have to make sure that we have the right resources and materials for our student learners. Listen, learn, and now action. So one of the things that I've heard a lot about while going through the district was a lot about our literacy program and how it may or may not fit the needs of all of our students. So to that end, we will be conducting a literacy audit. One of the other things that I heard a lot, was about our staffing and how our staffing needs to be more diverse in terms of the students and the needs of our district. I also heard initiative overload. We have lots of initiative in our district, and so it's important for me to listen, learn, and understand what works best for our students, for our population, so we're not introducing another new thing. Climate, culture, and collegial relationships. That's really important to me because relationships is what's really going to ensure that we move our district upward and forward together. We have to trust each other. We have to have transparency and make sure that we're working collaboratively to move the district as a united front. Highlights of what's been done. greater visibility of the executive team in schools and at events. It's important that we're all out, we're seeing what's happening in the buildings. We cannot leave the district by sitting in our offices. So it is important, and every member of my team has been out in schools. And one of the things that we've done this year, we all have learning partners. So an assistant superintendent is assigned to 3 or 4 schools to make sure that principals have an ear and teachers have an opportunity to share some of the concerns, dialogue, and professional needs that they may have. Curriculum and instruction. I stated before, we have extended day programs in all of our schools. In data and technology, there is a cyber security infrastructure. IBM has been working with us to ensure that we make sure that our district is safe. Human resources, we have implemented an administrator mentoring program for the first time for new to the position administrators. So we're not moving work outside of the district. We are looking to build our own capacity, so we're not always looking to hire consultants to come in and move out of our district. What this will do is build the capacity of our administrators, and there's a partnership and a mentorship that we can call upon someone who's in district and who's familiar with our district. What's been done in finance? We've established a Department of Finance webpage that publishes all files that we are required to share by NYSCD. So this speaks to the transparency, so we all see everything that's happening in our business department. Equity and access, greater visibility of the executive team in our schools and at our events. Exceptional learners, creation of a new class program at Fostertown. So it's important that we look to identify programs that we can bring back to our district, so we stop sending students out and build the capacity of the staff members who are here so that we can talk about some of the programs that we know we're sending students out for that we can have in our own district. So really looking at auditing our special education programs. Happening now highlights. We're consulting with management to initiate comprehensive review and update all of our BOE policies to make sure that we're up to standard, to make sure that we're following the guidelines of NISBA. Curriculum and instruction, we're administering a community reading initiative. I'm proud to say that we have 18,000 minutes read so far by our K-8 population. If you have not seen that, it's on our website. It's a really great initiative. Families can go on and monitor and submit how their child or their children are doing in terms of reading. Data and technology, expansion of our tutorial programs that extend opportunities for students after school weekends and during the summer. We want to make sure that our students have more time on task using data and technology. Human resources, refining professional pathways to expand the promotion of current personnel and support teaching certification for up-and-coming educators. A lot of what I heard from board leadership and from the board members when I came in was that we can't seem to retain anyone. So what we've been doing in human resources is creating pipelines, looking at various universities where we can extend teacher programs. We surveyed 70 of our teaching assistants and ascertained that several of them have bachelor's degrees and 10 of them have master's degrees in education. So looking to see how we can improve our district by using the people who are already here working and committed to our progress in our district. Happening now highlights. Finance, professional development opportunities for all staff across the finance department, including cross-training and accounting-specific training, which has audit implications. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, so when NYSCD comes in to audit our programs, that we are spending and allocating funding and resources appropriately. Equity and access, coordination of professional development across the district to embed culturally responsive teaching across all content areas. Looking at our curriculum to make sure that we have appropriate resources that are culturally relevant. Exceptional learners, the implementation of state-required supported curriculum in K-8 and physical education classes. Mr. Bayer will do a more in-depth presentation on exceptional learners in March. Ongoing training and implementation of various strategies to support social emotional learning. Looking at post-social behaviors rather than using behaviors how we can help our student learners. The next chapter. There will be development of an initiative and program monitoring protocol to ensure the district is receiving a return on investment. What does that mean? We have a lot of programs, we have after-school programs, but we can't continue to operate business as usual. We have to make sure that we look at all the initiatives, we determine if we are doing well, if we are successful with our program implementation, to determine whether or not we continue with this program. And we have a short clip to show you, because there is more to Newburgh. When I started researching about the district before I became superintendent, there was so much I didn't realize Newburgh had to offer. As I learned more, I became impressed by everything that makes Newburgh unique. When I became superintendent, I wanted to make sure our district pride extended beyond the border of our district. I want everyone to know just how amazing Newburgh is and everything we offer our scholars. This goal of this campaign is not just to change the misconceptions people have about Newburgh, but also to increase our recruitment efforts of qualified staff and faculty, as well as increase enrollment as school districts across the state see declining enrollment. In looking at the next chapter in curriculum and instruction, exploring CTE pathways for middle level education, we know that we can't only begin in high school. We have to do an exploratory, perhaps in middle school, so we can make sure that we have appropriate feeder patterns. Data and technology, utilizing our infinite campus academic plan for high school course selection for course plans to assist with career and post-high school conversations. Human resources, we implemented an administrative mentoring program for first year and due to the position administrators. We'll continue to do so to build our capacity. Finance, we are rolling out a capital project electronic newsletter with communications by February 10th. You will see all of the amazing things that have been underway with the capital project. Equity and access. We are launching a committee on disproportionality data and next steps to create changes in suspension data in collaboration with Exceptional Learners Division. We have to do more for students. We have to provide opportunities to ensure that we're providing supports. Exceptional learners, roll out the Master Scheduler Project, which will allow students to complete their course selections through the student portal. Imagine how empowering that is, that our students will have an opportunity opportunity to pre-select the courses that they take. Collaboration with equity and access regarding disproportionality and suspension data. Thank you. That concludes my items. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manning Campbell. We're going to move on to our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction Secondary, Dr. Farrell.
Thank you, Madam President. I have items 5.1 through 5.11 for your consideration.
Would any member like to separate out any of these items? I'd like to entertain a motion, please. In a second.
Second.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo? Yes. Mr. Strickland?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam President. That concludes our presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Farrell. We're going to move on to our Assistant Superintendent for Exceptional Learners, Mr. Baker.
Thank you, Madam President. The Exceptional Learning Division has one item for the board's consideration. The recommendations from the CSE and CPSE committees.
I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Questions or discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo? Yes. Mr. Strickland?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes my items.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. We're going to move on to our Assistant Superintendent for Finance, Ms. Rohr.
Thank you, Madam President. The Division of Finance presents items 7.1 to 7.9 minus 7.7.
We're going to take the whole thing and then we'll move to take that out. Okay? So 7.1 through 7.9. Would any member like to separate out any items? Thank you. So I'd like to entertain a motion on 7.1 through 7.9 minus 7.7.
So moved. Second.
Question, okay, questions or discussion? Okay, roll call on those items.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mr. Strickland?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Doré? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Let's move on to item 7.7. I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
So moved. Second. Motion to table.
Thank you, second.
Second.
Roll call to table.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo? Yes. Mr. Strickland?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Thanks, Ms. Murray. We're going to move on to our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Mr. Matt.
Thank you, Madam President. Human Resources Agenda, I have items 8.1 through 8.15 for your consideration.
Thank you. I'd like to, would any member like to separate out any of these items?
I'd like to move separate out 8.1.
8.13. Thank you.
Separate out 8.12, please.
8.12. Any others? So I'd like to entertain a motion on 8.1 through 8.5 without 8.12 and 13.
Good.
Thank you. Questions or discussion? Roll call on those items, please.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mr. Strickland?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Doré?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
I'd like to look at 8.12 first. I'd like to entertain a motion.
So moved.
Questions or discussion? Roll call on 8.12.
Mr. Strickland?
No.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Doré? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
No.
Mr. Levinson?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes. 7 yes. Yes. Five. Okay, that item passes. We're going to move on to item 8.13.
Motion to table 8.13.
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Mayo?
Yes.
Mrs. Strayheimer?
Yes.
Thank you. We're going to add, we have some motions to add, Mr. McLemore.
Yes, Madam President.
Would you like to read one first?
Yes.
Thank you.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education, the board hereby adopts the hearing officer's decision as set forth in her report in SED case number 39182, dated January 9, 2023, and directs the superintendent of schools to effectuate the terms of said decision.
I'd like to entertain a motion to add this to the agenda, please.
Second.
Roll call to add.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
No.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mrs. Strayheimer?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
No.
Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion, please. Questions or discussion? Yes, sir.
Could you just say exactly what we're voting on?
We're voting on, would you like to help us with that?
This is to implement the word of the hearing officer, which is mandated in the education law.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion, we have a second. Do you have any other questions? Roll call, Ms. Clerk.
Mr. Howard?
No.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mrs. Strayheimer?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
No.
Mr. Duray?
Mr. McNamara.
Be it resolved that the board hereby adopts the hearing officer's decision as set forth in her award in SED case number 39179, dated January 10, 2023, and directs the superintendent of schools to effectuate the terms of said decision.
I'd like to entertain a motion to add this to the agenda.
So moved.
Roll call to add.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mr. Strayheimer?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
No.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
No.
I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Second.
Questions or discussion on this item? Roll call.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo? Mrs. Strayheimer?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
No.
Mr. Lamar?
Thank you. Let's do the third one.
Be it resolved that employee number 1102023 shall be suspended with pay during pendency of said Section 3028 education law proceedings.
I'd like to entertain a motion to add this to the agenda. Roll call to add.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Mr. Strayheimer?
No.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
I'd like to entertain a motion, please. I need a second. Questions or discussion on this item? Roll call, Ms. Clerk.
Mr. Strayheimer?
No.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
No.
Mr. Levinstein?
Yes.
Ms. Mineo?
Yes.
Secondly, Madam President, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara. We're going to now move on to the clerk of the board, Mrs. Novaki.
Thank you, Madam President. I have the approval of minutes from the December 13, 2022 regular meeting.
I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Second.
Questions or discussion?
Not on this, but after, we just voted.
Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Duray? Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Levinstein?
Shadi Briggs. I'm a resident of the city of Newburgh. My son is a student at the Newburgh Large City School District. I'm here about a couple of matters. Two very important matters to me is on December 22nd. My son was attacked at school. I was not aware of the attack until he got on the bus at 5:30 at night. I still don't have the incident from that attack. Not only was he attacked, no one sent him to his counselor. He's in a special needs class, an 8-1 class. No one sent him to therapy afterwards to see how he was feeling emotionally with the issue. No one sent him to the nurse to see if he needed any medical attention about the issue. Another incident that just happened, January 1st, January 6th, a bus aide took money from my son. I called the bus company on a Friday and I reported the issue. I demanded that bus aide be removed from my son's route because I don't have transportation for my son. I was told that they could not make a decision that early. They would have to wait till the bus aide come in from his route and investigate the situation. I had to struggle to provide transportation for my son while I was at work. I go to work at 8 o'clock. My son goes to school. His school day starts at 9:15. I had to find a way for my son to get to school. I should not have had to do that. I went through the whole weekend. I was not called on Monday morning. I did not get a response until I called at 7:20 Monday morning. Then I was told that the bus aide was removed from my son's route and put on another bus for children. That makes no sense for me because if you're able to violate a 6-year-old and take advantage of it, what are you able to do to other kids? My son is in a special needs class. He's in an 8-1 class. On his IEP, it's set that he gets special transportation with an aide. Why are these aides not getting a background check or anything to be done to ensure the safety of our children while they're being sent to school? I'm very disappointed with how this was handled. I'm very disappointed with how the attack on my son was handled. My other question is, what qualifies a student for a one-to-one aide? I've consistently been told that my child does not need a one-to-one aide. His behavior doesn't qualify for a one-to-one aide. Yet you take my child and you put him in an 8-1, which is a behavior class. And he's constantly sent out of that behavior class, which I do not understand why, because there are 5 or more aides in that behavior class. I don't understand why a 6-year-old is being sent out of class constantly when he's sent to a behavior class. Isn't that the reason for him being sent there? Aren't those staff, aren't those aides supposed to be trained on how to deal with a 6-year-old child? My son does not throw stuff at home. He does not throw stuff when he is on hours with me. Why is he able to throw stuff and trash in the classroom when there is more than 1 or 2 aides in that classroom? I do not understand that. Every time I fight for him with one-to-one, I'm told that his behavior does not qualify. Please make it make sense. The school district is being reactive with my son instead of being proactive with my son. I am very disappointed. I feel that the school district is doing a disadvantage to the low-income whites and to the black and brown students of this district. I will not settle to have my son sent to an out-of-school district because his academics are too high. He is too smart. Because he does have a social emotional problem. He should be getting those services. He is getting those services. So what is being done in these classrooms, these 8-1 and these 12-1 classrooms, where these children are still acting out of order and being sent out of the classroom? Why aren't the resources being called to the classroom when the behaviors are seen triggering? If you see a behavior triggering, why are you not calling his counselors, his mentor, and the support staff that he has on hand? Why is it escalated to the point where he's throwing stuff around the classroom and then you're calling me to come to school after I go up a hard day's work dealing with children who I ain't able to handle? Because when I see a behavior getting out of line, you know what I say? I say, excuse me, Miss So-and-so, I'm going to take so-and-so for a walk because I see he cannot control himself sitting down. And there's no need of forcing a 3-year-old to sit down when you know that he is not able to do that. So you take him for a walk. I don't understand why we as a teacher assistant is able to do that, and these aides that are supposed to be qualified to work with our special needs children are not doing that. What are we teaching our special needs kids when they go to these classrooms? These behaviors are escalating out of control. He was not throwing chairs before he went to this 8-1 classroom, and now he's throwing chairs. Now he's trashing the classroom. He does not do this behavior at home. So why is these behaviors happening at school? I would like to know, what are we going to set in place for our children to learn? What mentors are we putting in these classrooms with these children? I don't want to bring race into the issue, but you can't expect any 6-year-old African-American child to respond to anybody else that is not of this race because you don't understand where the African American child is coming from and what he is dealing with in society. Thank you very much. I'm now going to take my 6-year-old child home because he has to be ready for school in the morning. Have a good night.
Would anybody else like to address the board on non-agenda items? Mr. Sherman, you had a comment or something?
There was a vote, 8.12, with 3 no's and 4 yeses, but it was said to pass. Is that? Thank you.
8.12. Say it again, 8.12.
Yeah, 8.12.
Okay. So we had 3 no's and 4 yeses, and it did not pass. Thank you for bringing that up. That was an error. That's number 2. Okay. We have one more. She's new, by the way. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting, please.
So moved.
Roll call to adjourn.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Gray? Mr. Howard? Mr. Lamar?
Yes.
Mr. Legacy?
Yes.
Mr. Nato?
Yes.
Mr. Triano?
Yes.
Thank you,